Well, what can I say? I guess it was that time of the month.
Come on, it's a family show. Family show.
Yeah, speaking of a family show, I think last week you barely slid by. In fact, you slipped on a banana peel, so to speak.
Whoa,
Mike Awesome? Come on, Sanders.
Mike Awesome's ass all over this arena. But, you know, I was a giant killer way before that. Back in '98 when I broke in Goldie, I was beating guys like Andre. I was beating guys like Sid. I was beating guys like Undertaker. I mean, 6'6" and above, and I was taking them down. So this ain't my first time to this dance. I beat Mike Awesome's ass. She's just a bump in the road.
Okay, well, why don't we take that to talking about the hard 10?
What did you say?
The hard 10.
The hard 10? I didn't know that, you know, I was being spread around the locker room like that. I mean, hard 10, that's kind of a stretch by about a half an inch.
By about 8 inches.
Girls. I mean, you want to talk about Mike's hard 10? We talk about, you know, talk to the girls in Atlanta, talk to the girls in Nashville, talk to the girls overseas.
Okay, no, I was talking about the hard 10, the qualifying match tonight, Mike.
I thought you were talking about the legendary hard 10. Talking about the qualifying match. Well, qualifying match got Brian Lee tonight. Let's see, beat the guys like the Undertaker. Well, I'm sure I can beat the Underfaker. Goldie. Hey!
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first hard 10 matchup. Take a look at the scoring system. 1 point for every blow with one of the strategically placed weapons around the building. 5 points when your opponent goes through a table. Pretty simple. First wrestler to 10 points wins. But here's the kicker. You've got to win by 2 points. There you see the interactive aspect of this match, Don, with those weapons strategically placed around the ring and in the hands of the fans here at the Asylum.
The following contest is a hard 10 tournament match. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, he weighs in at 225 pounds, Mike Sanders.
You hear all that crap that Sanders was talking about? You know, when it comes to sports entertainment extreme, it's pretty obvious. Never let the facts get in the way of a good story. How he kicked Mike Awesome's ass last week. It was Glenn Gilberti that came out here. And Glenn Gilberti hit Mike Awesome with a chair, put him through a table, and as a result, Sanders got the win.
And his opponent representing the disciples of the new church. This is Bulldozer Brian Lee.
In an effort to keep this as an even playing field, no weapons are to be brought to the ring by the wrestlers. Once both of them are in the ring, sure, you can go out and get any of the weapons that you want and use them on your opponent. Again, scoring system, simple. Every blow with one of the weapons, with one of the strategically placed weapons, gets you 1 point. And when your opponent goes through a table, 5 points. First to 10 wins, but you've got to win by 2 points or more.
I'll tell you what, Mike, like you said, they have to start in the ring without a weapon, but you're going to see them try to get out here in a hurry and grab anyone, and I mean there are weapons all over. And there goes Mike already. And there goes Brian Lee as they now.
Sanders rolls out to the floor, grabs one of the trash can lids, and a baking tin for Brian Lee. Boot to the midsection by Lee. We'll look to referee Rudy Charles to help us out with the scoring on this as well as Sanders' smart move.
Yes.
Took the top rope, put on the brakes, dropped down and avoided a blow from the weapon from Brian Lee.
A way for NWA TNA to try to keep control of these hardcore matches because they just get so out of hand, people can get hurt. Oh man, look at this, Brian Lee bringing a bunch of weapons into the ring.
He's got a skillet as well, and Sanders is reversed and sent off into the ropes and taken down with a vicious clothesline. Kind of a different strategy here, not looking for a pin, you're looking for moves like this if he can connect.
There he goes!
Brian Lee up 1-0. And now Brian Lee, representing the disciples of the new church, has got, wow, he just took that board and smashed it across the back of Sanders. You see the score there on your screen, 2-0 Brian Lee.
Oh, another one there, 3-0.
3-0, he's pitching a shutout at this point.
He just take it to Sanders right here. Remember, if he can put Sanders through the table, he gets 5 points. Now, if you go to put someone through a table and they move and you go through it, then your opponent gets the 5 points.
That's the key.
The first one to go through the table, the opponent gets the 5 points, Mike.
And you see Brian Lee making plenty of friends around ringside. tossing several weapons in. He's already got a 3-0 lead on Sanders, who wisely rolls out and asking for the weapon, and the fan won't give it to him. Oh! He ducked that one. Oh, he didn't duck that one.
Oh, man, Sanders was a victim of a fan. Oh, obviously a Brian Lee fan, a Killdozer fan, as you see the two of them slap a high five.
4-0 Brian Lee in this Hard 10 tournament matchup. First round, first match ever, and yes, the winner of the tournament will be crowned the Hard 10 champion. He's got the trash can in the corner. The trash can lid sends Sanders in. Oh!
Mike Sanders, 1 point.
Great move there. It was countered so incredible, and I'm telling you, Mike Sanders is going to have to do a lot of that right now. He has got to just start taking control and getting some points here in a hurry, because Brian Lee has taken a commanding lead. Oh, there it is.
Sanders, 1 point.
4-2 now. Brian Lee in the lead.
Brian Lee is actually even cut on his forehead there. That's what happens in a hardcore match like this. Oh! And there's another one.
3 points, Sanders.
4-4, we're tied up.
Wow. How smart of Mike Sanders right there, not just to lay it in once, just to grab it and hit him again. You get a point for every blow.
And now he's got a chair to Sanders.
Oh, great kick there by the Killdozer.
Lee cut him off with the boot, but Sanders goes right back to the offense. Gonna come charging at him and takes him up and over the top and down to the floor. That's impressive.
Sanders grabs the garbage can lid, going for it, and got it!
Got the lead, 5-4 Sanders.
5-4, Sanders lead.
Now he's there, he's setting up for the table. If he does it, Mike Sanders wins this, Mike.
That's right, he's 5 points away from a win. If he puts him through the table, he would get the necessary 5 points, but got that trash can lid right on the face of Brian Lee, and now Sanders is gonna go. Oh!
1 point, Brian Lee.
That ties it up 5-5.
Now I understand why the rules, the reason Mike Sanders didn't get a point there when he put the garbage can lid on Brian Lee's face is you've got to use it to strike a blow.
That's it. 1 point for every blow with one of these strategically placed weapons. 5-5 at this point in time.
Brian Lee is busted on top of the forehead. Oh, and there's 6-5.
6-5, 7-5 Brian Lee.
7-5.
And Brian Lee goes out now to the arena floor. He's got the table, turns the table over.
Oh my, what's he gonna do?
And if he can put Sanders through the table, he would win this match.
He's got to win by 2. So Mike Sanders has got to do something, make a comeback like he did earlier.
First to 10, but you've got to win by 2 points. And who will advance in this first ever Hard 10 tournament matchup?
Killdozer Brian Lee doing it, setting it up right here, going for the big. Oh, there it is, 8-5. And he sets him on, and here it goes.
Brian Lee in control of this match.
He's pretty much dominated it.
If Sanders goes through the table, it's all over.
And here
Brian
goes
Lee
the
off the top.
Killdozer. Oh! The 5 points go to Mike Sanders.
The winner of the Hard 10 match, Mike Sanders.
Sanders able to move out of the way. Brian Lee goes through the table, and as a result, believe it or not, Mike Sanders gets the win. He advances in the tournament. I think Sonny Siaki's looking for Raven. I understand that Sonny Siaki is looking for Raven in the back. Obviously, he's scheduled to be the referee for that match later. Roll it.
What are you doing, man? Come on, man. Stand up when you're talking to me. Hey, Raven. Ace in the hole, Sonny Siaki. How are you? Damn glad to meet you. Listen, you've been recruited by Seth since day one. All right, but recently you've been hanging out with your drug addicts, alcoholic, crackhead, extreme buddies. All right, you're either with them or you're with us. All right, tonight there's a match between me and Sandman, some Clockwork Orange, House of Pancake, whatever. All right? I expect you to call everything my way, or else you're gonna feel the Siacalypse now. Okay, buddy?
Fine, buddy.
And that Clockwork Orange House of Fun match yet to come tonight. Sonny Siaki to face the Sandman. And I guess Siaki's probably feeling pretty confident at this point that he's tracked down Raven.
Well, you know, obviously if Raven can take advantage, help Sonny Siaki in his corner, it'll give Siaki the win over Sandman, but you know Raven.
Let's talk about this incredible Asylum Alliance tournament. 8 teams will start it off. 7 of the 8 have been handpicked, and there's some very odd pairings, Don. No question about that.
Here it is, the Asylum Alliance tournament, Mike. And again, tonight, look at this. New Jack and Shark Boy against Ron the True Killings and Don Harris. What an odd combination, but that's how they're going to do it.
That is going to be the first